This is going to be a look at the impact that JPP and Oweh were able to have against the Bengals in the Ravens' 1917 win Sunday night. JPP had a sack, had 2 passes defended, 2 other quarterback hits. I think Oweh had 1 quarterback hit, 4 tackles, was disruptive on multiple plays. And the reason why I labeled this video 2 Live Crew is because it seemed like they were on the field every snap. Now I know that's not true. I know there were other guys that were out there, outside linebacker, but those 2 guys seemed to be Iron Men. I almost titled this Iron Man. So we're going to jump right into the film. I know it's a Monday night. Some people waste their time watching every Monday night football game. Look, this is the first play of the game. I hate to be right sometimes. We talked about this with the Dolphins screening us down near the goal line. We talked about this with the Bills screening us out of empty multiple times. And you have a situation here where Oweh has been to the screen side at least 4 times that I'm aware of, and the tackle is able to release inside of him. The guard and the center are able to release. Watch the numbers that are created by the Bengals on this first play. Again, no matter how you want to slice it, yeah, Oweh is athletic enough to be a pursuit player, so he's number 5. You got 1, 2 from the sideline. He's 3 from the sideline, but he's high. He's a high safety. He doesn't count. So he should be 3 right here. Bynes, that's 4. We'll put 4 and then 5. And you got a ball carrier, which is Chase, their best player. Look, this is just, can you tackle me? That's all this is, first 2 plays of the game. Can they tackle him? And in this case, we're out leveraged again. And you get elephants on parade coming out here. Bynes, has got to go 100% to beat this angle. What I mean by that is he's got to go 100% to beat this left tackle. Because this left tackle is able to block him and push him this way. And then Chase is able to cut off the backside of that tackle's block right there. Now, Oweh's chasing it, thankfully. Otherwise, this could have been a house call. If we don't have a 5th guy there, this could have been over on the first play of the game. This is very close to being something that Jamar Chase cuts back here and ends up in open field with 2 pursuing guys, and then a safety, trying to make the tackle on. This is very dangerous, and this is why, the way that we line up against empty, some of the things we do has to be adjusted a little bit. If they're going to put the number 3 receiver this close to our outside linebacker, I don't know why we're not setting a physical tone and getting hands on him immediately. That's a receiver. It's like Kirby Smart likes to say. Receivers want the ball. This guy wants to knock the shit out of somebody. And when they line him up close enough to your OLB, who's got a huge physical attitude advantage and training advantage, let's knock the shit out of him. In any case, first play of the game, big play to Jamar Chase. Second play, Jamar Chase up here. You got JPP on the left, Oweh on the right. They really don't have a huge impact on this first possession, to be honest with you. Other than, being a presence there on the edge. I think this is a RPO, a pre-snap RPO for Burrow. Basically, he sees Marcus Peters lined up over Chase and says, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and test him here. So the first play, they threw a screen to Chase to the left. Second play, a little hitch, and Marcus Peters gets a tackle for loss. Marcus Peters played great. I'll take the way he played last night, even the penalties, I'll take all of it. Give me all of it. Every game, let him play like that. By the way, Brandon Stevens and Pepe Williams are a revelation. All right, this third down. I think this is second down. There's Oweh, JPP on the right. This is the formation they started to eat us up a little bit on late in the game. Pro Twins A-gun, so the back and the tight end are on the same side up top. They kind of picking on Queen or whoever the inside linebacker is lined up to the running back side. You can see there is a very obvious pick that they'll never call in the NFL for whatever reason. That's what, they don't call it in high school and college either. We would teach our linebackers, if we got this read, you run right through his face so that the next time he has to do this, he doesn't want to. Queen doesn't necessarily do that, but he definitely knocks him back, gets involved in the tackle. That was second down play. I misspoke. That was not third down. We did a great job with interior stunts with Calais Campbell throughout the game. If you ask me, now this is a dangerous hit. Like, the way Burrow fell was very unusual to me, and it looked like the type of play where, like, his knee gets collapsed on. So, I was concerned for him as a health standard, but for the Ravens, I was like, damn, that was a great shot. When you get the end zone angle, you'll see the stunt that we run. Neither Oweh nor JPP is really winning anything here. Oweh's got Hurst he's dealing with, the back crossing his face, and then the left tackle. So he really has kind of no chance to get there in terms of a pass rush. When you get the end zone angle, watch what Calais Campbell does to the center. and then we loop Matabike around. I'm not sure if Baldy's breakdowns or whatever has done any breakdowns of this game yet, so I'm just getting content out there as quick as I can on Monday, let you guys get a look at it. Calais just takes this center and drives him into the ground. And then, I mean, watch how scary this looks, this fall. You know, Burrow does a nice job of bracing himself, falling on his back, not putting his arm down to try to catch himself. It looked very dangerous. You know, great first possession by us. Neither JPP nor Oweh, you know, really did anything spectacular. Then they start balling on the second, third, and fourth possession. Ravens forced 4 punts, first 4 possessions. As an independent observer, the Bengals offense was way better when they gave you a run-pass option. Not an RPO play, but when they could line up in something where they could run the ball out of it or throw the ball out of it, they seem way more difficult to stop. I'm not sure why they haven't put that together yet in terms of certain formations where they can run the ball. We know Burrow's not going to keep it on any of those mesh concepts with the running back, but it just seemed like they got way more difficult to stop for us once they lined up in possessions where they could, or formations where they could run and throw out of the same formation. I mean, Oweh just dominated this receiver. It's a physical mismatch. This guy trying to block Oweh. Again, I question sometimes why are we not squared up, getting hands on that receiver. Look at the concept they're running. It's a toss play outside. They're trying to pin him down and pull these other guys out of here. I'm not sure why we're not accounting for this, getting in a more balanced stance where we could dominate this guy even further. And then JPP, unblocked on the backside, just chases down from behind. Him and Oweh make a tackle for loss. I thought it was a beautiful play by Oweh. Later on in the year, when we do a highlight or film study of Oweh for the whole season, you know, we'll definitely use this play of him bullying the wide receiver. Second down, again, this is, can you tackle this man? Do you want to tackle this man? That's what this is. I thought initially they were going to run him out into a route to the boundary. Instead, he ran sweep to the field. JPP, a great job. Again, same concept. They're taking a receiver and trying to pin him down, and they're just not capable of doing it. JPP actually overruns it. What should happen is this receiver should be able to take him down just enough for Chase to get over the top side of this. As you see, JPP gets so much penetration, Chase has to cut it underneath of it. Great job by Pepe Williams, Travis Jones. Josh Bynes took a great angle on that play. Look, there's a film study coming up on Pepe Williams. You can do anything with him. He can play anywhere. He can play slot corner. He can play outside corner. He can play safety. There is a real future for this dude in the NFL. But again, I think this is the Bengals saying, we got to get the ball to this guy, see if you can tackle him. In high school terms, that's what we would do. Get the ball to our best player. Let's see if y'all can tackle him. And in this case, we could. We were not getting out-leveraged by these concepts because those receivers could not pin down Oweh and JPP because of their size, their bulk, and their commitment to getting upfield. You know, that hurt us a little bit on that first play I showed you, the screen, because we have a tendency to get upfield. Oweh again on the right, JPP on the left. Second possession. And this is a cool stunt. I think this is planned for JPP to go on a B-gap rush and then Calais to be a late fold guy. So what I mean is this. Calais, and you get the end zone angle, you'll see it a little bit. Calais kind of actually just sits here. JPP goes B-gap, and then once it's committed, Calais loops around. And it does look slower in terms of timing, but it to me looks like Campbell is definitely waiting for JPP to get through that B-gap. Oweh doesn't have anything going on here to me. I think he's a little slow off the line on this particular play. Most plays he's beaten JPP to the 1 yard in the backfield, 2 yards in the backfield landmark. In this case, I thought he was a little slower. Let's check the end zone angle out. Again, watch Calais and JPP. I'll run it back 3-4 times for you so you can see what I'm offering you they're doing here, which is a pre-snap plan of JPP going B-gap and then Calais looping around late. Because you can even see Calais' helmet. He's got a hold of the guard, and in my opinion, he's actually holding the guard to clear this inside B-gap for JPP. I don't know if this is a call from the coaches or if these guys just had this in during the week and maybe pre-snap they said something to each other. I don't see anything here. I don't see a helmet and shoulders moving like them communicating loudly enough for each other to hear. But it looks like Campbell's definitely holding that guard and then looping outside late to let JPP get in through the B gap and get his sack. He looks so active. Are we going to get this version of this guy the whole year? That is going to be amazing. Because he brought the energy that we needed early. That defense came out and set the tone for real. We used to say that all the time. You have to set the tone on the first and second drive to let them know what's up, to let them know that you're here and you're going to stand your ground. Oweh on the right again, and JPP on the left. This is going to be the last two plays I'll show you. I was trying to get something out here quick, to be honest with you. I love how physical our guys are being. I mean, watch Calais slap this center in the face. Now, you can say, oh, that should have been a penalty. It should have been this. Hey, man, this is a man's game. And, yeah, maybe it should have been a penalty. But I just love that the Ravens played aggressively. They played like a Ravens defense. And then JPP getting his hands up. I mean, this is beautiful stuff. Yes, his length allows him to do that. I mean, look how high he is up there, right? But also, he stuffs this tackle. I thought La'el Collins had some trouble with him. He stuffs that tackle, gets him back on his heels, which allows him then to get his hands up, or at least his inside hand up. Great play. This was later on in the game. This was a drive that the Bengals scored on for real in the third quarter, I think. Final play. I almost said something after the Bills game last week that Marlon Humphrey was the only guy on that last drive that was trying to pump the crowd up like multiple times. It was like 3 times. And last night, I mean, like, I don't know what JPP is, I don't know what that signal is. This could be multiple things. He could be signaling to the crowd, hey, get loud. He could be signaling to the DBs off the field something that's predetermined in terms of the stance that he's got from these guys, like Terrell Suggs used to do. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you think he's trying to pump the crowd up, it's a 2nd and 10 right here. He just tipped a pass, and then he beats Collins on that inside move again and knocks the ball down. Man, this is a beautiful game for JPP. Just statistically, I'm not sure what the impact was overall in terms of tackles. I think he had 5. Watch this hand swat. Last week, we thought that some of his moves with his hands were just slightly off target or slightly off timing, off beat in terms of timing. Not Sunday night. Smooth, fluid, huge impact. When you tip balls up in the air, you never know what happens, especially when you're playing zone behind it. One of the things that we mentioned in the reaction video last night was how everything fit together. The strategy, offense, defense, special teams fit together. And in my opinion, let's just imagine for a moment that we play a lot of zone. I don't know that we will, but let's just say we do. JPP with his length, Calais Campbell with his length, even Brent Urban, I think, tipped a pass last night. Balls get popped up in the air against zone. That's a good chance ball. It's a pick. You have an opportunity to get a pick. The other thing is, and this is going to sound a little harsh, when the ball is in the air and you're a receiver, it's fair game. There's no such thing as pass interference anymore. Sometimes you teach that. Sometimes you teach, hey, it's a tip ball, ball's in the air, you tackle that guy. You get a free shot on him. So I thought these guys really set the tone, even though in that first possession, neither one of them did anything statistical. That first play of the second possession, that toss to Mixon, where Oweh got upfield, got a tackle for loss with JPP pursuing from behind. And then I think the second down play, where Chase was lined up in the backfield, that set that I call jokers. And the same concept, the receiver tried to pin him down. It looked like to me the Bengals were kind of struggling to figure things out, until they got to that 5th possession. After we threw the interception, they go down the field. Excuse me. Yeah, after we threw the interception, I believe they go down the field and score. I may have myself confused there. It might have been an incompletion, but I think it was an interception. JPP, man, if he plays like this, what's our ceiling with Justin Houston, Bowser? Do we even need Ojabo to rush back? No. If these dudes are all healthy and playing like this, I thought Oweh played well. Didn't get a sack. I think only had 1 QB hit. Somehow they credit him with a pressure, I think. I still can't find it. If you guys know where it is, let me know. Great game by the Ravens defense. Comprehensive strategy on how to win the game. thought the first video that I would get out tonight was about these two because they seem to be Iron Men. They seem to be on the field the whole night for the second week in a row. I don't know the snap counts, haven't looked, but these two impressed me. And I guess it's also easy to watch them because on the broadcast view, it's a little bit zoomed in. You don't see the corners and safeties all the time, but you do see the guys on the front line. So I thought these two stuck out, along with Calais Campbell and Matabike. We got a great group up there when they're all healthy. Can't wait till it happens. Let me know what you think of the film study, some of my thoughts on their play, and what impact you think these guys had in Week 5.